Hey everyone, this is Kent, and today I want to talk about how you can use music as part of your immersion strategy. What's good about it, what's bad about it. But first, last weekend I watched a movie called Jojo Rabbit. We got it in the mail from Netflix. I think I'm probably one of the last 30 or 40 people who still get DVDs in the mail from Netflix instead of just streaming everything. But we still get DVDs, and we watched Jojo Rabbit. It's a story about a little 10-year-old boy in Germany during World War II. I thought it was clever, interesting. Not my favorite movie, not as funny as I was hoping it would be. My wife hated it, but I liked it kind of, sort of. But my favorite part, um, the beginning of the movie, they played a song in the background, Beatles song, "I Want to Hold Your Hand," and they sing it in German, and it was awesome. I watch almost everything with subtitles on because my hearing's not that great. But so I'm reading the lyrics in German, and it was awesome. It was fun. So excited! I'd tell all my Facebook friends. I think only 8 of them cared, and 2 of those said, "Oh yeah, we already knew about that." But it's cool. I got so excited to listen to Beatles songs in German. Went on YouTube, found out there's a handful of other Beatles songs that were performed in German. Exciting. So today I am going to talk about using music as part of your language study, why it's not really the best idea for language study, but why you should do it anyway. All right. So number one reason why it's not really a good idea. One, music is it's usually written a lot of times written in like more poetic language than what you would normally speak or read. And so, sometimes word endings are cut off, or it's not really the way you would talk normally a lot of the time. So you learn that, and you're not really learning things you would say necessarily to people or have say in a conversation. So, so it's not that useful for that reason. Two, for me at least, because I do listen to a lot of music that's not in English, but it's more of a passive type of language study where I'm not really trying to listen. I do web development, freelance web developer. That's how I make my money. And I usually have something going in the background. I usually have YouTube playing in the background and in earbuds while I'm coding. And a lot of times I'll be listening to music in Esperanto or German or other languages, French, and it's just a passive input where I'm not really concentrating on the language that's coming in. I'm more concentrating on the work I'm doing. So it's, I'm not really actively learning the language. And three, um, sometimes the third reason, to be careful about using music as your language study is, especially for songs like the Beatles song that I listened to over the weekend. Um, it is a translation from English to German, but the translation's not, super accurate. For example, the Beatles saying "I want to hold your hand." The German version was "Komm, gib mir deine Hand," which means "Come, give me your hand." So "Come, give me your hand" is not the same thing as "I want to hold your hand." They're similar in meaning, but not exactly the same. So you have to be careful that when you're listening to something in a different language that's been translated from English to your target language, that it's not going to be complete correct translation. They have to fit the right amount of syllables and rhyme and things. So they're going to change the meaning a little bit and change the words. So be careful. Um, so it's not the perfect way to study language. But 3 reasons why you should do it anyway. Number one, it's fun. Um, one of the rules I have for myself is language study should be fun. I want to make sure I'm enjoying language learning, and so that's when I enjoy listening to music. So I can choose to listen to music in English, or I can choose to listen to music in one of the languages I want to learn. So when a lot of times I choose French, or I choose Esperanto, or I choose German. Reason number two, you might accidentally learn something subconsciously. Even though I'm not really paying attention to the music usually all that much when I am listening to it, my subconscious is still processing stuff, even if I'm not giving active processing power in my brain to it. My subconscious is still, activated and listening and interpreting. And three, it's a part, and I'll emphasize a small part of a immersion strategy. For me, I don't live in any of the countries where my target language is prevalent, and so I have to do what I can to try to have immersion. And so choosing to listen to music in French instead of listening to music in English helps me to have a tiny bit of French immersion. So not great. It's not like living in the country, but it's better than nothing. So I still do it, and I do it, and I do it a lot. So I still recommend it, even though it's not the best thing. Two tips um, for making this better for you. At least occasionally, you should look up the lyrics. It's sometimes hard to understand. Like even for me, when I'm listening to English songs, I don't always understand what's being said. So looking up the lyrics, and so you understand what's actually being said, especially on your favorite songs, the songs you like, the ones you want to listen to over and over again, look up what's actually being said. Um, that's like Stromae is one of the French singers, not French or Belgian, I think French, and he has a song Formidable, and then he sings another. Part of the word says Formidable. Like I thought that was a word, but it's actually two words. I didn't know until I actually looked up the lyrics. So look up the lyrics, you actually understand it, and you'll learn something. And then two, make a YouTube playlist of your favorite songs. That's where I get most of my songs. I know there's other places where you can find songs. You know, I've found some French songs on Pandora. I know other people use Spotify, but I get most of my music from YouTube. You can find so many things on YouTube. So if you look on my channel, you look on my playlists on my channel. Um, I got German music, Esperanto music. I have two different French playlists that I've started. One for like more modern stuff, and one for stuff like Jacques Brel and Edith Piaf. Older music that I still enjoy. And then I have one song in Icelandic. I discovered through a friend, an Icelandic group, a couple weeks ago, and only put one song, but so that music playlist is starting. But yeah, listen to music. I don't even know anything in Icelandic, but it's just I like the song. Yeah, so listen to music. It's great. It's fun. It's not gonna make you fluent, but it's a small part of your overall strategy to learn and be more immersed in the language. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Please consider giving that thumbs up, that like, sharing, subscribing to my channel, and come back. I'll have another video later this week. Bye.